All right, guys, this is round 2. So here's where we're gonna start talking about what types of diets are out there. Now, hopefully you watched video number 1 where you can start to understand you've gotta pick a goal. And I know a lot of times that people aren't that good at making choices, but you've gotta choose what you're trying to do. Now that let's say that you've chosen you wanna lose fat. You've got several options on how to lose fat. You could do a ketogenic diet, which is basically gonna be proteins and fats. No carbs, nearly no carbs. I don't want to go down that road. I'll get more detailed later as we go. But a ketogenic diet is basically no carbs, proteins and fats only. You've got fasting or intermittent fasting, where you're restricting calories for large periods of time, and then you're squeezing all of your nutrition in to a smaller window. So like the average fast most people try when they start is called a 16-8, where you don't eat for 16 hours, and then you cram in all your food over 8 hours, which can be great if you are going to get in all your food. Now, if you go do a 16-8 every day and you're only getting in 500 calories during your eating window, that is too big of a calorie deficit day after day. You are going to run yourself into the ground and it will no longer become effective. It will actually weaken you and cause problems. So there's a ton of variations on how you can do intermittent fasting. There's also diets where you're trying to eat every few hours in the hopes of boosting your metabolism, getting yourself eating more frequently. That's a little harder on your digestive system because your body is constantly working, but also very effective, assuming you're eating the right foods. Then there's your basic calorie restriction, which is or calorie counting. That's my least favorite. The old school Jenny Craig Weight Watchers style, where it's you're allowed 1,000 calories a day. Yeah, well, you could go have a burger at McDonald's and boom, you're 1,000 calories. And now what? You can't eat the rest of the day? 1, you put in bad calories. 2, you didn't get enough of the proper macronutrients, proteins, carbs, and fats, which is what macronutrients are. And 3, now you're basically fasting, but when you eat again, if you make another bad choice, you're now putting in the wrong foods during your eating window and not enough of them. And so you're actually putting yourself in a really bad situation, which brings up a term that's important to understand, and that is yo-yo dieting, meaning I do this for a little bit and then I'm off. I do this for a little bit and then I'm off. That's not really good for your system. I mean, it is good to cause a shock to your system in order to get your body to start losing weight. But it is not good for you to constantly be on a diet, off a diet, on a diet, off a diet. That is not healthy for you. So what I think is important is for you to understand that there are multiple types of diet, and most of them have some kind of timeline attached to how long you're trying to accomplish your goal in certain period of time, right? So I want to lose 10 pounds in the next month, right? Like that's a timeline and a goal, and you need both of those. And a lot of times that's how I recommend that we choose what type of diet you do, right? There's a big difference in I want to change my lifestyle, which is my opinion, the #1 best choice, because it's making small changes over time until eventually you just live a different way. And now your weight just steadily comes off because you don't live a way that can feed excess fat or stockpiling of fat, or however you want to word that. So the main things you need to think about are, 1, what's your goal? And 2, what type of diet is going to suit you and your lifestyle, which is going to be the next video, lifestyle and you. So before I wrap this one up, think about your choices as basic calorie restriction, not my favorite. Keto diet, really good because it limits a lot of bad choices when you take carbs out, and super effective and also pretty healthy. The real well-balanced diet, which is more of a lifestyle change. And then you also have the intermittent fasting, which has a lot of benefits to your hormones and also inflammation. It helps to fight inflammation. It also helps a lot with allergies because it's reducing inflammation. So anyway, there's your basic choices of types of diets that are out there. Now you got to make sure, do I have my goal? Very specifically, what is it? And what type of diet fits my lifestyle better? So I'm going to address lifestyle in video number 3. See you in a minute.